evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Platte Arena for tonight's ball game against the Wright State Lakers and your Huntington University Foresters. I'm Noah Tobias, and along with Caleb. Thank you so much for joining us tonight, Caleb.
It's a joy to be here.
Yeah, just we needed some help coming from Christmas break. A couple guys weren't able to make it, but the help is definitely appreciated on our part.
Always fun to be back at the scorer's table, so I appreciate you guys having me.
Yeah, not a problem. So, folks, tonight Wright State comes into this game 4-6, and then your Huntington University Foresters come in 8-5, and they are 1-3 on the conference so far this year, Caleb. In the Crossroads League, the conference is so competitive this year when you have St. Francis, when you have Indiana Wesleyan, who the Foresters have already lost to, and then also against Grace College.
Yeah, always tough competition, as you mentioned. I mean, really, those are the cream of the crop that you mentioned, but even some of what you think of as the mid-level teams in the Crossroads League are all really competitive. So, tough start. There's been some ups and downs to the season so far, but Foresters coming off of a big win. Yeah,
definitely, and the past two wins were actually huge and really monumental for the Foresters so far this year. Both games, they actually shot 62% from the field, and doing that once is impressive, but doing that twice is really unreal.
Yeah, absolutely. And then a little bit of Forester history last game with Daniel Wool scoring the first ever triple-double, which is crazy to think about, but he just played excellent, had some monster dunks, a big alley-oop in the half. So we'll look to see if he can follow up that performance with another good one today.
Yeah, and definitely the Foresters will be looking at Daniel Wool, as he is actually averaging 16.7 points per game for the Foresters. He is their leading scorer for most of the Foresters games tonight, but you also look to Mike Bush. He's leading the NAIA Division II with assists and average assists per game. He, so far to this point, actually has 138 assists to his name, and he's averaging 10.6 assists per game.
Yeah, something that really struck me about him was his assist-to-turnover ratio. It's over 3-1, which is incredible. So he's just provided a lot of spark. Really, the offense flows through him, and he can score when he needs to. So just an outstanding member so far this year. Just had a great season so far, and we'll look to see more of that here today.
Yeah, definitely. And also for the Foresters team, they are ranked second in assists per game. They're averaging 20.5 assists per game, and honestly, I think that kind of just shows what kind of a team Huntington is this year, about like how much ball movement that they really have had so far in their offense this year.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, obviously, Daniel Wool's kind of the big scorer, but really everybody on this team's capable of shooting the ball, so they do a good job of playing to that strength, sharing the ball, moving it around, and they're a lot of fun to watch.
Yeah, definitely. And folks, we will be right back going into this ball game with your starters. So keep with us here at Platte Arena.
Being a part of the film department here at Huntington University is amazing. We have brilliant professors who are willing to teach us everything that they've known from being out in the field. First semester last year, I got the opportunity to work on the department film, Gift of Hope, where we had actual professionals in the field today come and work with Huntington students on a film.
Students here at Huntington University have an opportunity to focus on story, and they discover universal themes that matter to everyone, and they're able to integrate their faith into their filmmaking. This is very unique. It's something special about Huntington. Recently, we took a trip to Chicago for our seniors to be able to cast talent for their senior films. And there was such an array of talent available to them. It's great to be close to such a wonderful urban production center. One of the things that gets me so excited is to see the quality of the student films and how they improve every year. We're sending such strong filmmakers out.
And we are back here at Platte Arena, going to introduce tonight's starters for the Wright State Lakers. Starting at guard, number 0, Blake Stevens. He's a freshman, 6'4". Number 2, Vonzel Groom, junior, and he is 6'1" from Baltimore, Maryland. Also number 3, Gilbert Carter. He is a junior, 6'2". Number 12, Seamus Anglin. He's a freshman. He is 6'4". He is averaging 6.6 per game for the Lakers. And also 20, he is a forward, Tyler Daniel. He's a junior, and 6'5" for the Lakers. And now for your Huntington University Forsters, we've got number 3, Connor Platt. He is a junior. He's a freshman. He is 6'2", 180 pounds, and his hometown is right here in Huntington. Number 10, Mike Bush. He's a transfer. He's just a transfer junior, so he's a little bit older than what we would have liked here at Huntington.
Absolutely.
But that just gives him, that just shows everybody on how much he has developed. And another starter for the Foresters, number 20, Mason Coverstone, graduated from Columbia City High School here in Columbia City, Indiana. And then also number 21, Austin Carazia. He is another forward for the Foresters. He is a senior for this Forester squad. And also number 45, Daniel Wohl, senior for the Foresters, another forward. And really, Caleb, he has been a beast this year so far for the Foresters.
Yeah, absolutely, no question about it. He's been good ever since he was a freshman when he first arrived here, and he's just continued to get better as he comes over now. But something I noticed when we were looking at this lineup, Foresters are going with 3 forwards, 2 guards, whereas Wright State Lake is going to be going with 3 guards. So a little bit of a size advantages for the Foresters starting out, so that'll be something to keep an eye on. And then Daniel Wohl, as we mentioned, the lone senior on the floor right now.
And we also are looking to the bench when you see Tyler Ahrens and Kyle Platt, but you also are not going to be able to see tonight Trevor Lockwood and Devin Murder. Devin Murder actually has a low ankle sprain, and Trevor Lockwood has a high ankle sprain. As we get this game started with the tip-off, Huntington got the tip over to Connor Platt, and he drains the first 3 of the game.
Yeah, Connor Platt can really light it up from beyond the arc, so exciting to see him get started early, and hopefully he can build some good momentum going into this game.
Vonzel Groom bringing up the ball for the Lakers. So far, he's going to actually put up a 3, and he makes a 3 of his own.
All right, so nice answer by Wright State Lake. Not going to be intimidated by the early 3 of the Foresters. They're going to answer with one of their own.
And in defense, Wright State, they're actually going to go into a trap early in this game. Coverstone with the ball over to Carazia. Back up to Bush. He's going to put up a 3, and he drains it.
Nice job. And you try to trap Mike Bush at your own peril. He's really good at breaking a press. Obviously, they weren't going in the press this time, but he can get through traps better than almost any player I've ever seen.
And then the big man, Tyler Daniel, puts up another. I'm sorry, that was Blake Stevens. He puts up a 3, so the game is tied at 6.
Yeah, absolutely. We might be set up for a high-scoring game here.
And there's Connor Platt. Holy cow. There have been no misses to this point for either team.
Somebody do the math of what we're projected to get to at this point.
Huge block by Daniel Wohl, and number 20, Tyler Daniel, almost fouled them coming over.
Yeah, Wohl leads the team in a lot of stats. Blocks is one of them, so no surprise to see him get the big swat there.
There's Austin Carazia. He gets the first miss, but Daniel Wohl gets the rebound. Back up to Mike Bush, over to Mason Coverstone. Really lots of great ball movement this year for the Foresters, and Mason Coverstone puts up a 3, misses. Daniel gets
second offensive rebound there.
Yeah, really, Huntington's done a great job of crashing their boards this year as Daniel Wohl passes it down to Austin and stolen by Blake.
And offensive boards is something every coach will emphasize because those second chance points can really be invaluable. It help you come back if you're losing, but also help you maintain big leads if you're winning.
Mike Bush driving down, and he puts up a shot. No good as Mason Coverstone gets it. Connor Platt shoots and misses.
Yeah, I had almost too much time to think about it up there. Great three-point shooter, just had a little bit too much space.
Blake goes up, tries to get a little bit of a dunk there, but he is fouled.
I think it was Austin Carazia who got him.
And that'll be his first, team's first, and game's first.
Carazia tends to, he's a great player, sometimes gets into foul trouble though, so we'll kind of be watching that. Hopefully that'll be the last one he gets for a while.
Blake misses his first. Only a couple minutes into this ball game, and really so far both teams have been automatic from the three-point arc. Blake misses his second, and Carazia gets the rebound.
Not able to capitalize on that opportunity, and the Foresters are going to bring it back, try to extend their lead.
Mike Bush passes it over to Mason. Back to Mason. Just playing a little bit of catch. Now to Connor Platt, he puts it up and he drains it.
All right, so he's obviously feeling it early, getting plenty of attempts. I believe he's shooting 50% so far, got 2 of them.
Yeah, and so far, kind of thinking of Connor Platt, he's only a freshman. That is going to be blocked by Daniel Wall and going to be a foul on number 12, Seamus Anglin. But Connor Platt, only a freshman, and so far this season, he's done a great job of coming out and being confident with his shot. A couple of his first games, he had to really get, he had to get used to this sort of
Absolutely.
play because, this play is so much more different than high school.
Everything always speeds way up as we see some great ball movement, resulting in a foul on Carazia, or against him, rather. But yeah, the speed of the game really steps up anytime you go to a next major level, and obviously there's an adjustment period for anybody. Even the 5-star players in NCAA Division I have an adjustment period. So I think he adjusted really quickly, and he's been doing outstanding so far this year.
Number 0, Blake Stevens, picked up his first foul, and that will be the Lakers' second team foul as Carazia drains his first. Now his second is on the way, and he makes it. For the Foresters, their free throw percentage is 79%, and that is, they are ranked second in Division II NAIA, and that's one of the greatest stats, really, that Huntington has.
Yeah, couldn't agree more. It's always a sign of a well-coached team, lots of discipline, and guys that can get it done under pressure. So nice to see that high stat for the Foresters.
Gilbert Carter was able to make that layup. Connor Platt just trailed him just a little bit. Not able to stay in front of him with the pick that was set on him. Now Carazia has the ball underneath. Down to the senior Daniel Wool, puts it up, misses, but Carazia gets it, tries to tip it in, and it was rebounded by Seamus.
Yeah, almost had the opportunity there for a second chance, but couldn't quite roll in.
That'll be a foul on the floor. That'll be on Austin Carazia, and that will be his second foul, and Tyler Ahrens will have to come in for him.
Yeah, getting some good minutes out of Ahrens these last few games. He's coming in, just playing outstanding ball, so we'll see what he can do for us today.
Yeah, just being in his first year at Huntington has been outstanding just to watch him. He's put up some great numbers, and actually number 3, Gilbert Carter, threw the ball away. I wasn't sure if it was going to be tipped or not by the Foresters, but it was not.
Yeah, so we'll be looking for some good minutes out of Ahrens with Lockwood injured, as you mentioned. So
yeah, and that really hurts Huntington, having Trevor Lockwood injured. Connor Platt hitting another 3-point shot. He has just been on fire tonight, only missing 2. He's 3 of 5, but putting up a lot of great shots so far.
Absolutely. As long as they keep giving them to him, he's going to keep taking them, and he's hit most of them today.
There's Gilbert Carter, and he tries to put up a layup.
Yeah, good defense in the paint by Platt.
It's going to be Von Zell. He misses, and Mike Bush gets the rebound.
Going to be content to slow it down a little bit here.
And that's really been the Foresters' pace of play as Mike Bush throws it away to Seamus. And that'll be Gilbert Carter putting it up for 3.
Yeah, didn't communicate real well coming back on the fast break defense and left him wide open to take that 3.
Yeah, Gilbert Carter is actually leading the Lakers in points per game. He has 27.2 points per game, so you would think that the Foresters would be guarding Gilbert just a little bit closely, and that's going to be blocked.
We got another fast break opportunity with Gilbert kind of out on his own.
And there's Von Zillen. He's going to put it up for 2 and going to miss, and Tyler Ahrens gets the rebound and gives it to Mike Bush, bringing it up to Connor Platt.
Outstanding. Bush pushed the pace without numbers there, but a great cut by Connor Platt. Bush found him, got an easy reverse layup.
Yeah, and that's one of the things that Huntington's able to do in their last game. And we will be going to our first media timeout. So far, your score is 19-11 here at Platt Arena. We'll be right back here at Platt Arena.
So Fusion Media is kind of this idea to bring broadcasting and film production together. Just doing media, but maybe not in the news field or in the radio field as broadcasting was.
With Fusion Media, you're not stuck in this cookie cutter route to become a news anchor or a radio DJ. There's so much more you can do with it.
Fusion Media is a way to take those everyday experiences and bring them to the students now, in the moment.
I would say there's so many opportunities for you guys to make an instant impact. We have HTV, we have live stream, we have Fuse FM. Like, we're ready for you right now.
It's so exciting as a freshman to be able to come in and right away be doing hands-on things like being a part of HTV and the radio station. And for a freshman coming in, that's so exciting to be able to do those things.
It's just really new. It's the newest idea that's been out. So no other school is going to offer.
And we are back here at Platt Arena. Your Forsters leading the Lakers 19-11. And Caleb, so far we've had a pretty good crowd outing here tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. You mentioned before we came back, some bad weather, some rough roads, but people, the Forster faithful, coming out tonight to support, even over holiday break.
Kyle Platt has the ball, putting it up to Mike Bush. Down to Connor, out to his brother. And he's just going to miss as number 2, Von Zell, gets the rebound, trying to push the pace just a little bit.
Yeah, it really seems like the game plan for Wright State Lake.
Von Zell trying to run their offense. Gilbert pushing it down into Seamus. Now out to Tyler, and he is going to step on the line, and he will turn it over for the Lakers.
Both teams pushing it offensively. I think really the big difference maker so far in the contest has been the Lakers have just had a few silly turnovers like that one. So get a little too ahead of themselves, push it a little bit too hard, and end up losing the ball.
Yeah, for the Forsters, their last game, it really proved to everybody that they're not afraid to push the pace. They ended up beating, I believe it was Cumberland, just by about 10 points, and that was a huge win because Cumberland had not scored over 100 points in that game, and that was the first game in an NAIA game that they've played against that they have not reached 100, as Gilbert Carter puts up a 3 and makes it.
Yeah, I can't leave him open. He clearly is the guy who they want their offense to go through, and just an outstanding shot. But yeah, as you mentioned, the Forsters they're playing outstanding lately. They're really on a good run. There's been some ups and downs this season, like I mentioned, but I think they're on a high right now. And we're going to see Gilbert have the reach-in foul.
And that will be his first team's third. Number 15, Sean Saintless, will be coming in, and he will be replacing number 12, Seamus Anglin. There's Tyler Ahrens putting up the 2, but unable to make it as Blake gets his rebound.
Yeah, they executed the inbound play exactly like they wanted to, just couldn't get the bunny shot to fall.
Yeah, it just kind of rolled out in the rim as
Sometimes it does that.
As Blake hits a 3-point shot. Now the Forsters only lead by 2 points.
Yeah, haven't scored in a while. A little bit of a drought going on. They want to slow it down, run their half-court offense against this 2-3 zone.
Yeah, in this 2-3 zone, you kind of see the shooters for Huntington, what they've done the past 2 games, and you wonder if that was really a smart move, as Mason Coverstone gets fouled by, I believe, number 0, Blake. Actually, they're going to be calling it on number 15, Sean Saintless. That will be his first team's 4th, and Mason Coverstone is at the line shooting 2. Mason, overall, a fairly good free throw shooter. He's actually a little weak this year. He's 13 of 24, but in the past couple of years as he's been here at Huntington, he's been pretty automatic from the line. Now his second is again no good. Yeah. Number 1, Jermaine Carter, now in for the Lakers. And there's Gilbert Carter with the 3, and he misses. Tyler Ahrens gets the rebound, passes it to Mike Bush, and still trying to push the pace a little bit as Mike unable to hit the backboard on that shot.
Yeah, I understand they want to push a little bit, but there's nothing wrong with settling into the half-court offense. Nice steal there by Bush. A little help from Kyle Platt.
And they're pushing the pace again to Mason Coverstone, and he slams it down.
That was just outstandingly executed half-court play. Threw it down, able to get a nice dunk.
And the officials call an official timeout as they are trying to reset. I'm sorry, not reset, but they are trying to put 28 seconds on the shot clock. And
working on that right now. Daniel Wool's going to come in.
And also freshman number 34, Kellen Brown. And now we've lost power to the shot clock and game clock. So both teams will go to their benches. And now power is back on. So we're just going to wait the officials okay to get this game started again. And so really, Caleb, what have you seen that Wright State has really been doing good so far?
Well, they clearly want to, they're on an unfriendly court here. They want to try to take the ball to the Foresters. They're really, even whenever there's a half-court offense, they're pushing the pace, driving to the basket hard, and it's working out for them pretty well. They're only down by 5 right now, so they're trying to go through their scores, and so far they're doing a good job. Foresters, I think, are doing a good job matching that pace as well back when they're on the offensive side of the ball. So we're looking for a high-scoring game right now at this pace, so we'll see if that ends up changing as the game progresses.
One of the subs for Wright State that just came in was number 21, Kyler Johnson. He's a sophomore out of Minnesota.
All right.
Sean has the ball as he passes out to Gilbert. Missed the 3, and Connor Platt gets the rebound, and he will be taking the ball up as Mike Bush has exited the game instead for Kellen Brown as he's come in for him. Daniel will take his shot, and he's automatic from that elbow.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think something really great about Daniel Wool is he can hit a shot from anywhere. From the elbow, he can dunk it with the best of them. He's got a pretty good outside game, too.
Yeah, definitely. He has done fairly well from the three-point arc so far this season. As Blake puts up a three-point shot, and he drains it.
Yeah, really some good shooters. I'm very impressed by the shooting ability of Wright State Lake. Really seen several guys hit it from beyond the arc, so they're keeping this game competitive right now.
Kellen Brown with the ball right now, passing it to Kyle. Back to Kellen, and they're really trying to look for their bigs, it looks like, a little bit, as Connor misses a three-point shot and is rebounded by Jermaine. Now over at Kyler, putting it down in to number 15, Sean, and he drains a little turnaround shot.
Yeah, nice job. And Sean at 6'6" is actually the tallest player they have on the team and did a good job playing out in the post, even though he was a little bit outsized.
Connor Platt with the ball over to Kellen Brown, and now to Tyler Ahrens. Tyler with the lefty puts it up, but now is blocked once again by Sean, and finally is able to finish.
Yeah, love the effort down there, getting his own rebounds a couple different times. If you're not going to make it, at least give yourself an opportunity to take another one.
And we got number 1, Jermaine, with the ball. He's looking for his brother, and that's Gilbert, and that is going to be a travel on Gilbert. Mike Bush will be coming back in for the Foresters, and number 5, Wes Bellegarde, is coming in for the Lakers, and he will be replacing number 21, Kyler Johnson.
Yeah, Mike Bush never sits for very long. Really, like I said, the whole offense goes through him, so his rests are few and far between.
Yeah, and because of that, his stamina is just really unbelievable how he can just have those little breaks. I mean, he's out for maybe 45 seconds, and then he's put back in, and he came in for Connor Platt. Mike Bush does have the ball over to Kyle Platt, and he misses, and Sean got his rebound, trying to push the pace over to Gilbert. Now back up to Jermaine, and he will be fouled by number 34, Kellen Brown. That will be his first and team's 4th.
Yeah, Brown was beat a little bit on that inside drive, and he couldn't quite get there in time, resulting in the foul. It's 3 for the Foresters.
Tyler Daniel will be coming back in, and he will be subbing in for Gilbert Carter. So they're definitely getting a little bit more height with that substitution.
Yeah, it's something they need.
There's Daniel right there with the ball. He'll be passing it in to Jermaine, and he did a good job of noticing that Mike Bush was guarding him and just trying to dig right on in to Mike Bush, but he was unable to finish, and Mike did pick up a foul.
Yeah, big mismatch down low, not what the Foresters wanted, to have their point guard on their big guy, but foul, but no shot, so they were able to inbound it, and they're going to get a charge.
That'll be on Tyler Daniel. He just came back in about 30 seconds ago, and that'll be his first and team's 5th. But really, with the Foresters, they've had a history of having shorter guards. Mike Bush, and then also Drew Benedict.
Absolutely.
You see that, and then you kind of think that they're not able to play as big of defense for the Foresters.
Yeah, and some of those, I think, Bush is a great perimeter defender, as we see. The ball doesn't quite go in, but he does pick up the foul. But Bush is a great perimeter defender, but yeah, you never want your point guard kind of matched up one-on-one in the paint posting up against somebody, so.
Number 20, Yet again, Tyler Daniel picks up another foul, his second, team sixth, and Daniel Wool will be at the line, shooting 2, and he misses the first. Connor Platt, Mason Coverstone, and
Austin Carazia.
And Austin Carazia come in. Austin Carazia still, he has 2 fouls, so really the Forcers need to watch that. But in one of our interviews so far this year, Coach Platt said because of all the height that he has on his bench, he's willing to take a couple of risks as Daniel Wool is able to make his second free throw. And that's definitely a risk putting Austin Carazia in with 2 fouls as number 5, Wes, makes a long 2-point shot. Mike Bush with the ball over to Connor Platt, down to Daniel Wool with a nice pass to Austin Carazia, and Austin is able to put that in.
Yeah, obviously Mike Bush leads in assists, but Daniel Wool's got plenty on his own, 35 on the season. And I'm not sure if that was his first one in the game or not, but a nice dish to find Carazia for the easy bucket.
Jermaine Carter able to put up a layup, and it goes down in. 26-29, Forcers lead as Connor Platt puts up a 3-point shot, and he drains it yet again.
Yeah, I mean, the way he's shooting with a lot of confidence. He's obviously feeling it today, and he's going to keep putting them up if he keeps getting the opportunities.
Yeah, and hopefully the Forcers will keep seeing that and will keep dishing it to him. As Von Zell puts it out to Blake, he misses a 3 short. Daniel Wool does a great job of getting the rebound, passing it up the court to Connor Platt. Over to Mike Bush. Daniel Wool has it now, and he is looking like he was going to put it down in for a jam, but the ball was actually tipped out by number 12, Seamus. Now number 3, Gilbert, will come in for number 21, Kyler Johnson.
Yeah, did a nice job. Seamus England did a good job of getting in and preventing Daniel Wool from doing what he does best, is get a great inside shot.
Mike Bush over to Mason, and now under to Daniel Wool. Austin Carazia, as he just got the ball, number 5, Wes, was able just to slap it out of his hands. Gilbert now in, puts up a layup. It was really a wild layup, and Daniel Wool was able to get the rebound.
Yeah, I think he might have rolled his ankle too. He's limping on his way back a little bit, and that would be bad news for the Lakers here, as he's their top scorer by quite a bit.
Now just misses, and then offensive rebounds for the Forcers. Connor Platt goes in, and he's able to make a 2-point shot. And now an injury timeout will be taken for Gilbert Carter. Now we will be taking another timeout for the Foresters, and that is a media timeout. So folks, we will be right back with the Forester basketball. Please do not leave. 34-26, your Forcers lead.
The Global Initiatives degree that we're offering is seeking to equip folks who are interested in applying a ministry education to cross-cultural work. So somebody who's looking to do holistic ministry, somebody who's looking to engage in the business for transformation or business as missions model would find some equipping through our Global Initiatives degree.
Our Global Youth Ministries degree is designed to prepare people for leadership in youth ministry, quite simply anywhere in the globe. It's for men and women who are already in youth ministry, or for people who are simply preparing to lead youth ministry.
One of the things I like about the pastoral leadership track is that Luke and Karen, who worked on developing it, consulted with church leaders so that people preparing for ministry leadership in the church.
Welcome back to Platt Arena. Your Forcers lead 34-26 with 7:55 left on the game clock.
Yeah, and right before that play, we saw Austin Carazia. I just want to talk about that rebound. He went up strong for it, and he consistently plays with that kind of energy, and that's why he's on the floor right now. Just an outstanding, energetic, and effortful player.
Jermaine Carter had the ball, and now it was almost turned over by number 5, Wes. Jermaine trying to dig down into Mike Bush, passes it out to Tyler, and he puts up just a wild layup shot, and then Carazia gets the rebound.
Yeah, that's one where the coach is going to be shaking his head a little bit. You want to try to find somebody out after that. There was 3 white jerseys in there, and he couldn't get any good shot up.
Connor Platt putting up another shot, airballs it, rebounded by Daniel Wool.
Yeah, good awareness by Wool. That one was a little bit errant. I'm not sure if it was tipped or not, but he saw it immediately, was able to get underneath it and turn it into a nice, easy layup.
Yeah, that was definitely nice recognition for Daniel Wool as Jermaine Carter has the ball up top. Over to Wes, now to Tyler, and he'll put up a 3. And Mike Bush gets the rebound, passes up to Daniel Wool, and Daniel's looking to jam, but he's not able to. He'll just get his easy layup and go back on the defensive side as the Lakers will be taking a full timeout. And now we will be right back going into another full timeout by the Lakers, and we will be right back here in Platt Arena. We are back here at Platt Arena. Score is 38-26. Foresters are ahead by 12. And really, to this point, Huntington has done a great job of looking for those open shots, but also getting their offensive rebounds.
Yeah, absolutely. That's something I think they do really well. Winning teams are good at getting offensive rebounds, so they're doing a great job with that and kind of stymieing this high-powered offense that we're seeing from the Lakers.
Vonzel Grimm checked in for the Lakers. He has the ball. Nice pick set by Blake. And now number 2, Vonzel, is able to make that little jumper.
Yeah, it ends a little bit of a scoring drought from Wright State Lake. They've been having a hard time finding the bottom of the basket, but got one in the roll there.
Yeah, Vonzel looked fairly comfortable shooting that shot as well as Coverstone shoots up a 3. Unable to make that. Tyler gets the rebound and is bringing up the ball himself. Blake now has the ball and tries to throw up really an ill-advised shot.
Yeah.
As Connor Platt now has the ball as a breakaway shot. Can't make the layup. Daniel Wool is right there, and he puts it right back in.
So this isn't really news to anybody, but really both ends of the court, Daniel Wool doing an awesome job, slid in with the help defense and really put an end to the offensive possession that the Lakers had, and then came back down, followed up on the layup, and was able to knock it in. So just outstanding play. It's what we've come to expect from him.
And honestly, I don't think he has been taken out of this game at all.
Yeah, he sat for a few minutes, but I mean, it might have been less than a minute actually.
That's
so
right.
he's playing really well.
Number 20, Tyler Daniel, able to make that post move shot. As Mike Bush now has it over to Connor Platt. He puts it up for 3, and he drills it.
Yeah, he's probably looking to break a PR for points scored. He might do it in the first half the way he's going today.
Yeah, I think he's shot basically all 3s and just 1-2 for himself. I think he should be over double figures right now.
Oh,
he
easily.
should be into double figures right now. Now Blake has the ball up to Vonzel. That'll be a long 2.
The Forster's doing a good job fighting on the defensive end for the boards as well. Doing a good job boxing out. There's usually at least 3 white jerseys down there to pick it up, and that's going to help.
Tyler Ahrens, just great ball movement up top between Daniel Wool and Mason Coverstone, and that sets up Tyler Ahrens to have an easy layup as Blake puts up a long 3-point shot.
Yeah, it's a really ill-advised shot after a really good play by the Foresters. You want to come down, slow down, make sure you get some scores, but just chucking up one like that, one-on-one, not a good shot, I don't think.
And really, the Wright State, their past couple of games, they have really been shut out pretty easily. It looked like I think they were outscored by 30 and then 40 the game before that.
Yeah, they've had a hard time, and it's kind of surprising that a team that allows that many points would push the pace like this. But clearly, that's their game plan going in. They're sticking to it for now, and the Foresters have been able to take advantage. They got a 17-point lead.
And then there's Tyler. He will put in a little jumper. It's really a long 2. If he would have just taken 2 steps back, it would have been a nice 3-point shot. Mason Coverstone has the ball. Now Connor Platt up to Mike Bush. trying to look for Tyler Aarons, and that's exactly what they do, and he makes a nice jump shot.
Yeah, and frankly, I'm shocked that the Lakers have stayed in this 2-3 zone. I mean, the Forcers are just shooting all over it right now, and you know, you got to make an adjustment at some point. Maybe we'll see one after the half.
Yeah, and really, they're doing a great job of Huntington is of just having good ball movement and keeping the Lakers on their toes.
Absolutely, finding the holes and making their shots. Simple formula.
And there's Blake over there with the three-point shot. And he's missed the last 2 shots for the Lakers as Mike Bush brings it up the court. Passes it over to Connor Platt, and he makes a 2-point shot.
That was a smooth kick by Bush. He just, that was straight. It was a laser, and Platt was there ready for it and was able to knock down another one. He is really shooting well today.
One of the things that we haven't mentioned yet, Caleb, was the last time that Huntington has played the Lakers. Really, the last time they played the Lakers was on December the 8th, 2015, and Huntington won 107-73. So the 2 players that made a huge impact on that is Mike Bush commits a traveling violation. They were Derek Heinen and Trevor Lockwood, and both of those players are not able to play tonight. One, because he's not here anymore.
Right, unfortunately.
And 2, the other one is injured.
Yeah, absolutely. So it's up to other guys to step up, and really the ball being spread around really well, but especially Connor Platt and then, as always, Daniel Wool, both playing really well today on the offensive side of the ball.
And there is number 3, Gilbert Carter. He's back in for the Lakers and already making an impact for them.
Yeah, it doesn't look like he's too shaken up anymore from that ankle injury that he seemed to sustain.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he just got his ankle wrapped up and he's fine as Mike Bush misses a 3-point shot. Von Zyl knew that Jermaine was down there on the other end of the court. Jermaine misses, rebounded by Mason Coverstone.
Yeah, the Forcers did a great job of hustling back there. It looks like Wright State was going to have the numbers advantage, but Forcers hustled back and prevented that easy bucket attempt.
Kyle Platt with the ball. Now over to Mike Bush. Really, Huntington not shaken up at all by this 2-3 zone. I mean, they've been scoring just out of their minds, really, as Connor Platt puts up a 3 and drills another one.
I'm watching him the whole time, and he's just asking for the ball. He knows that he's feeling it tonight, and he wants every opportunity he can to shoot it. I love it when a player's like that.
And then number 15, Sean comes in, and he makes a little bucket of himself. So a little bit of an answer, but really Connor Platt has the ball again. And just
somebody stop this kid.
Oh, my gosh. Daniel Wool is on the bench, and he is just absolutely pumped up for Connor. He's doing a great job as a freshman. And then number 2, Von Zyl Groom, gets a shot at his zone.
Yeah, you got to get back on defense. It's obviously exciting to celebrate after a big shot like that, several in a row from Connor. You got to stop the other team as well.
Yep, and now the pressure is on for the Lakers, and Mike Bush will be fouled. There were 3 different guys who the official could probably call it on, and that's going to be called on number 0, Blake Stevens, and that will be his second, team 7th. And now Huntington will be in the bonus for the remainder of 57 seconds of this ball game. I mean, Connor Platt, he is obviously the guy to talk about in this game.
Oh yeah, he's having a lot of fun out there.
I am really interested to see who he will, how many points he'll be coming. I mean, how many he'll have here at this halftime.
Yeah, absolutely. I can't wait to see it. And we actually see Gilbert Carter, the Wright State Lake leading scorer, actually just went back to the locker room. So he was limping a little bit, might have retweaked that ankle during one of those fast breaks.
And that's not going to be a good sign for the Lakers. Sean had the ball, and he actually turned it over just on the baseline for them, and 47 seconds left in this first half.
Yeah, nothing going right for Wright State Lake right now, and losing their leading scorer might be devastating. Kind of a weak pass.
Yep, Mike Bush, yeah, as you said, weak pass, and Blake just comes in, misses the dunk, and now Mike Bush.
That's rough. Maybe you just need to lay that one in next time.
Yeah, and especially when you're down by all this, by this margin, really just you need the points. You need the easy points.
Yep.
And a foul will be called on number 15, Sean. That'll be his second, team's 8th. The Forcers only having 4 fouls on their team so far, and they've really done a great job of keeping that number low.
Yeah, and they got most of those early on, and so nice job, especially Austin Kierzia has 2 of those 4. Did a good job coming back out with 10 minutes to go almost, and he was able to do a good job of staying out of foul trouble for the remainder of this half.
And Tyler Arntz is able to make both of his free throws, and so now the score is 60-38. Forster's on top, 23 seconds left in the first half.
Shot clock's off, and looks like they're going to settle for the last shot of the half.
Now, Vonzell has the ball. Huge pick by Blake. And now ball is has Tyler. Jermaine has the ball, looking for the last second shot. Unable to make it. Tyler Ahrens has the ball. Mike Bush puts up a long three-point shot. And that is the half.
Well, that first half couldn't have gone any better for the Forsters. They're going to look to keep that momentum going as we get into the second half of this game.
Now we will be going into the half, and we will bring you halftime stats here in just a few minutes. Stay with us. The halftime score is 60-38. Your Forsters are ahead. We'll be right back.
The Alumni Office at Huntington University is really here to stay in touch with the alumni and graduates, as well as provide resources to them so they can reconnect. It's just really important to us that we keep in touch with them and then let them know what's going on campus as well, things that they might want to continue to stay involved with or maybe participate in an alumni gathering.
I started getting involved as an alumni board member, and we would do various projects throughout the university, throughout the year. Just being able to meet people who've graduated and to listen to their stories about the university, back then the college, and how it's grown today, it's really an honor and a privilege to be a Forester. I knew that this was going to be the university that I was going to graduate from, and I have friends here that will be lifelong.
We have a lot of people that ask us, what does DMA mean?
That's a really good question.
More than just, the study of film or animation.
DMA is digital media arts.
It's a relatively new term. I mean, it's been a program here at Huntington for probably 8 years.
It is a look into a whole new culture.
We are the fastest growing major on campus, and I think that has to do with the times.
The famous quote by Plato that the storytellers change the culture.
This is a time in the history of our people when we really want to tell story.
Story?
The story is what matters so much.
It's expanded in such a way that
we're just discovering what these tools can do.
Just now finding out what it means to be a digital filmmaker or a digital animator or a digital broadcaster.
I thought I knew what it meant. I thought it meant VeggieTale videos meets gaming meets Hollywood film. And then we hired a couple guys from VeggieTales, Steve and Brian.
When I was first asked to come and help start the program in digital media, I thought, I'm an animator, what do I know about digital media? Well, it turns out that animation is digital media. We started the program in 2005. There were a handful of students that were chomping at the bit.
I just knew that there was something happening in the world of web and animation and film and television, and how do we make this all come together? And that's really was the birth of digital media arts.
We start with a conversation about what that means, what are the responsibilities of being a media maker in this culture.
We offer not only technical training, but we offer all kinds of theory about why you do what you do.
Oui, it's abstract.
We're trying to help students put on their lens as an artist and go, how can I kind of make the connections between my faith and my art, and what does that look like?
But from there we start to go in very separate ways. The animators tend to have much more of an interest in the graphic arts, in drawing and creating their own images. When we launched the animation side of things, we wanted to make a clear footprint in this arena of play. Sort of like kindergartners for college students.
My grandpa He really likes dynamite.
So that's where the traditional media, the clay, the sand, those kind of things came in as a great introduction and as a way to sort of capture the enthusiasm that the students were bringing to this medium.
Had a lot of interest in illustration, animation, fine arts, and the thing about this program is it ties a lot of those elements together.
So that back and forth between the analog and the digital world in so many different ways. It's really, really exciting right now. The technology is making it very doable, and it's making for work that it's animation we've never really seen before. It's kind of cool.
This is tremendously important to think about. We put it off. Death is swept under the carpet in our culture. In the hospital, they try to keep you alive as long as possible in utter desperation. They won't tell you that you're going to die.
I think film has a very unique place in the prism of digital media arts.
It gives our students a lot of opportunities to do hands-on learning, so it's very kinetic.
I think that comes for one reason because of the accessibility towards career equipment.
With the time that you're here, you're able to take on so many different positions.
I love it when I'm hearing students just talk about the fact that, yeah, I'm directing photography on this film, but I'm doing production design on this other film, and I'm helping this student with their story, and it's just so multifaceted.
All the positions are open to you. There's not a specific route you have to take, and that will help you understand what you like and what you don't like.
I remember when the school asked me what my favorite movie was, I said Transformers. I kind of regret saying that now. I just thought, the main purpose of filmmaking is visual effects. Through my time over here, I learned that, storytelling is so much more than that.
The most recent adaptation is our Broadcast Fusion Media major. So we've taken the last 18 months and completely rebranded our broadcasting major into a Broadcast Fusion Media.
We're not interested in teaching you how the business will look now when you leave. We're interested in teaching you how the business will look in 10 years.
And it is fusing together photography meets cinematography meets
podcasting and web video.
Fusion Media is the next thing for students that want to work in advertising agencies, church media, and definitely be a part of a creative class.
I am really excited about the future of digital media arts. And I'm not just saying that because I'm on camera. I'm saying that because it's true. We are entering in what could be a golden age, not only for just cinema in general, but for Christian filmmakers.
When we invite students to come and study with us here at Huntington, we're looking for a passion for storytelling, a commitment to the journey, which is long and lifelong, because being a filmmaker is a lifestyle choice.
I really feel that it's not just the stories we tell, it's how we move through the industry, it's how we treat other people that we work shoulder to shoulder with.
Right now, we can't even begin to imagine the changes that are coming. We only know that they are coming. So empowering our students to be lifelong learners is what we're all about. We are living in one of the most fascinating times in the history of man. People really need stories right now to help us understand the confusion, the zeitgeist of confusion of our times. And what better way to tell stories than with picture and sound?
I know I get excited about it, I get too excited about our program, but I am excited about our program. It's unique, it's compelling, it's different, it's hands-on. It's a program that you can come in and find your voice.
And use those authentic voices to be able to communicate everything that we need to be more human, to be more fully alive in the world.
That's pretty much it. I mean, that really.
chapel is important because it gives us that moment as a corporate body to come together, to be unified under one sole purpose, and that purpose being the worship of God. You know, we have many different majors, many different job responsibilities that we do here, but the one thing that we all have in common is our love and affinity for the Lord. And it's important because it gives us an opportunity to express that at the same time in the same location. And so there are some elements that are important to have as a foundation in any service. Number one is Jesus. If Jesus isn't magnified, glorified, honored, and worshiped in any setting, then that's not the type of service that we want to have demonstrated here. So Christ has to be the chief cornerstone of everything that we do in the service. It flows around, it receives its instruction from Christ. So my real answer is Jesus. Jesus has to be present, right? And we who facilitate, whether it's Joyful Noise, whether it's myself speaking or other speakers, I hope that we are being guided and led by the Holy Spirit. So, yeah, that's all I would say is good.
My name is James Parker and I'm from Port Elizabeth, South Africa. I'm majoring in exercise science under the Department of Kinesiology.
My name is Paris Williams and my major is sports and exercise studies.
Our department really comes in two different areas. The exercise science area, which is interested in the medical aspects of exercise. And the other side of the department looks at recreation and sport management, which is a little bit more in the business and the administrative side of sport.
Growing up, my mother had a lot of difficulties maintaining a healthy weight. And then when I got older, I made it my goal to try and motivate her and help her. And in about a 2-year period, she lost almost 75 pounds. I just saw how her life became better. And I wanted to be able to do that for other people. So it started at home, and hopefully I can impact a lot more households.
I was an exercise science major, but when I got a job here as an athletic trainer, that kind of changed my mind, and that's what I wanted to pursue. So I changed my major to exercise and sports studies.
The professors and faculty go and take the extra step to commit to students and to influence their lives and really set time apart for us, which is great.
My relationship with faculty and staff here in this department is really fun and easygoing.
They'll chat to you if they see you, they'll come and talk to you, and they want to know.
And we are back here at FDN Sports in Platt Arena. Halftime scores, your Forsters with 60 points and the Wright State Lakers 38 points, and Caleb, what were some of the main things that you saw there in that first half?
Well, I mean, Connor Platt, it started with him. He hit the first three-pointer of the game, and he really didn't stop the whole rest of the time. So he's having one of those games. As a player, sometimes you just have one where you just know that you're on fire. He's having one of those. He wants the ball. They're giving him the ball, and he's making baskets, and he is tearing it up with 30 points in one half. That's insane.
He honestly cannot be stopped. One thing that we actually learned here at halftime, folks, number 2, Jermaine Carter, actually picked up a technical foul right before he went into the locker room. So we will be shooting Huntington will be shooting 2 free throws here to start the second half. So, you know, that really puts...
It's kind of insult to injury.
Yeah, really. And really, Jermaine, you saw that when, Mike Bush, he got called for the traveling violation, and Jermaine kind of came up and swatted the ball out of Mike's hands. And so you're kind of wondering if it's really starting to get that chippy out there, even though that Wright State is down by 22 points.
Yeah, sometimes you're not having a good game. You know, your team's getting beat on the road. It gets a little frustrating, and sometimes that frustration can come out on the court. So maybe you see a little more discipline there from Wright State Lake. Obviously, this game's not going the way they want it to, but you don't want to put your team farther down in the hole like he's done right now. So they'll need to kind of get their heads cool. I'm sure halftime was, an opportunity to do that for them, and the Foresters just need to keep the train running.
Yeah, definitely. And we will be going to some statistics right now, kind of looking at the main statistics for the visiting Wright State Lakers. Gilbert Carter has 10 points and 2 assists, and he was injured for just a couple of minutes in that in that first half. So we'll be trying to see if he's going to come back from that and how he's really looking from that injury. And also Blake Stevens, he had 9 points and 3 rebounds, and the team is scoring 45% from the field. And now the absolute story of this game for the Foresters, Connor Platt, 30 points for the freshman. He is 11 of 15 from the field. He is also 8 of 11 for 3-point field goals. And Mike Bush just doing his thing. Really, honestly, folks, this is just usual for him. 4 points and 11 assists, already over his average, which is 10 assists per game. And the Foresters are scoring 52%. And a couple of the other main things that really just stand out to me is that Huntington is out rebounding the Lakers 29-13, and that honestly that's a great stat to have when you're a coach on the offensive and defensive side, because you're thinking of defensive boards are going to be a lot more than offensive boards, but when you see that you're also doing a great job of getting offensive rebounds, that means that you're getting second, third chance shots.
Yeah, more rebounds equals more opportunities to score, so that's what they like. And you mentioned offensive rebounds, 10 for the Foresters, only 1 for Wright State Lake, so really struggling in that department. And we saw Wright State Lake shooting 45%, respectable from the field, but just can't keep up with what the Foresters are doing right now just because of those mistakes.
All right, folks, and we will go on to this second half. Again, your Foresters are up 60-38. And starters are back on the floor for your Foresters. We have Connor Platt, Mike Bush, Austin Karazina, Kyle Platt, and Daniel Wohl. And so really just no shock that the starters are there. And as we said during halftime, Huntington will be shooting 2 free throw shots because number 2, Von Zell Groom, got a technical foul.
Yeah, so Connor Platt will be looking to pad his stats a little bit.
Yeah, honestly, these are going towards his first half stats. So now he's at 31 points for the first half, and we'll see if he can get to an even 32. And he does just that. And so the Foresters actually shot 9 of 12 for the first half from the free throw line, which is a decent percentage, I'd say.
It's sitting right around their average, so maybe a little bit below. But yeah, playing really well. I mean, really no area of the game that's going poorly for the Foresters after that first half.
And Wright State does get the ball back because it is technically now the second half. 21 Kyler Johnson has the ball, and now a foul will be called on Daniel Wohl. That will be his first foul and team's first.
And again, just as kind of an update, I don't see Gilbert Carter on the bench right now, so he must still be in the locker room getting that ankle looked at. And again, he averages 27.2 points per game, by far the leading scorer for the Lakers. So somebody's going to have to step up if they want to have a chance in this game.
Yeah, definitely. Somebody's going to have to take a huge role for the Lakers just because of this huge deficit that they're in. And now just with their main scorer out, it puts them in such a huge hole as Kyler Johnson puts up a 2-point basket.
Yeah, they got a nice mismatch. Their offense is doing well of getting kind of the smaller Forester guards inside the paint defending one-on-one, so they're doing a good job with that, but ultimately they're just going to need a little bit more, especially on the defensive side of the ball.
And there's Mason Coverstone hitting a 3-point basket starting off his second half, just like the Foresters left it.
Yeah, this might turn into just kind of a shoot-around for the Foresters. I don't mean to sound overconfident at this point, but lots of good shooters, and right now they're all feeling it, so they might continue to spread the ball around and let everybody else kind of practice and get some good shots in.
Mike Bush giving it to Connor Platt, hoping he would take another 3-point shot for another assist. Now Austin Karazia has it over to Connor Platt, and he will miss. I'm sorry.
It is not his day to miss.
I'm sorry. There's no possible way that Connor Platt can miss.
I can't believe you had any doubt.
I can't believe I had any doubt either.
Yeah.
I am honestly shocked. He has 35 points, and this freshman is only averaging 9.8 points a game. So he is having a night of his career.
Absolutely. And he's been a good 3-point shooter all season for the Foresters, don't get us wrong. But, I mean, it's a rare game. As he takes another one, bounces off. It's a rare game whenever you're feeling this good, and, we'll let him have that miss there.
It's unbelievable. As Daniel Wohl gets a steal, pass it to Mike Bush. Mike Bush has won an easy layup, and that's exactly what he gets.
Yeah, outran 3 of the Lakers that were hot on his trail, but he knew where they were, protected the ball, and was able to get a good left-handed layup.
Now the Foresters extend their lead to 30, and that is the highest range that the Foresters have been able to get it to. Von Zell has the ball.
There's not a lot of movement right now for the Lakers offense. I don't know if they're tired or just kind of don't know how to attack the Foresters right now, but really just kind of one person squaring up for a shot is all their offense is doing right now.
And that was Von Zell hitting the two-point shot. And I mean, just like you said, there's really nothing there. I mean, there's no energy in their offense as now Blake tries to take the ball up, and Mike Bush steals the ball.
Kersey is getting open, and he was able to lay one in.
That's just great transition offense.
It is.
I don't think you could really be coached any better than that. And so now Foresters, even though they're up by a lot, they need to...
Why are you taking that shot? Yeah. That's just not a good shot at all to take at this point in the game right now. If you're going to have any chance of coming back, you got to settle into your offense and, work through your playbook, not just chuck one up like that.
And even though the Foresters are up by such a huge margin, they really need to be solid on that defensive side because, you are playing for playing time. You're always doing that. As number 1, Jermaine Carter comes in to replace Blake, and Kyle Platt will be coming in for the Foresters to replace Mason Coverstone. Just outstanding offense by the Foresters in this game, and really, this is their 3rd game in a row that they've really done a great job of having a nice tempo to their offense and just putting everything together.
Certainly. I mean, they're building up some really nice momentum heading into the spring semester. This will be their last game before the break. But again, you want to kind of go into that break hot, and that'll get them prepared for the competitive conference play, as we mentioned in the pregame.
Jermaine Carter has the ball, passes it to Von Zell. He puts up a 3-point shot and drains it.
The Lakers have some really good shooters. It's just really about kind of facilitating their offense to get those guys open.
Yeah, and it's really just taking the smart shots. When you're just kind of putting it up to put it up, I mean, that's not very good. And Daniel Wohl will be fouled by number 12, Seamus Anglin. That will be Seamus's, second foul, team's second. So actually, one thing that I saw on the scoreboard was that the technical foul was put on the second half scoreboard.
Okay.
So technically Connor Platt only had 30 points in that first half, but
sure,
I'm sure he will take whatever he can get.
Right.
Tyler Ahrens comes in to the ball game for Austin Carazia.
Yeah, I mean, he's already, I'm not sure what his personal record is, but I can't imagine it's much higher than this at this point, at least in his college career so far, his young college career. But he's just having a night right now.
Number 21, Kyler Johnson, wanting to put it up for a layup and not able to get it.
Yeah, good defense by Kyle Platt there, getting his body in front of him, not reaching in. Stymied that drive.
Daniel Wohl bringing the ball up for the Foresters, loses the ball, and now number 1, Jermaine Carter, will put it up for a layup.
Yeah, just go ahead and let him have that one. That was smart.
And really, Daniel Wohl didn't necessarily need to be putting the ball on the ground, driving it inside right there, but that's kind of what he's used to, and he was really used to doing that in high school as well, as he has the ball over to Connor Platt, and he misses another 3. Tyler Ahrens gets it stolen away by number 1, Jermaine Carter.
Yeah, I mean, and here's the deal. It's not like Wohl can't drive it. He's done it before. He's very good at it for his size, but they got to this point in the game by everybody playing within their roles, and that's what they need to continue to do. When you have a great point guard like Mike Bush, just let him take it. Of course, we're looking very nitpicky to find any criticism for Daniel Wohl. He's playing an outstanding game as usual.
And we will be taking the first media timeout here of the second half. Score is 74-47. Our Foresters are up. We will be right back here in Platt Arena. are back here at Platt Arena, and one of the things that we found out during the break, Huntington's personal player assist record is 16 assists, and now Mike Bush has 12 assists to his name so far, so he needs 5 more assists to break the record, and the record would then go directly to him. And having 11 assists in one half is just incredible, as Daniel Wohl
almost had one there.
Yep, there you go.
Yeah, I mean, we've talked about it. He's just outstanding at finding open guys. He's just got, when you're a good point guard, you just have you see the court in a different way than the rest of us do. And he just has such great vision. He knows when his guys are cutting, and just great communication with his teammates, and he can just find them even through these tight passing lanes. Just an outstanding point guard.
Number 12, Seamus Aglin picks up his 3rd foul, team's 3rd. And Daniel Wohl is able to make both of his free throws, and now the score is 76-47. Jermaine Carter has the ball up top right now, trying to do a backdoor with his teammate Kyler Johnson, stolen away by Connor Platt.
Try to find Bush. Oh.
That was just kind of an ill-advised pass. He was trying to do something a little funky, but not able to. Almost a double dribble by number 20, Tyler.
Yeah, I don't know if Aarons was ready for what Bush had in mind, but he did a good job getting back on defense, and they're going to allow the bucket from number 1. That's Jermaine Carter.
Yeah, Jermaine Carter has stepped up just a little bit here in the second half, and I saw him shooting during his warm-ups, and he's a great shooter. But also, when you're looking at warm-ups, you kind of look at how they're not being contested right there during warm-ups.
Absolutely.
And then Mike Bush puts up a 3-point shot and not able to make it, as Tyler Daniel gets the rebound and passes it out to Von Zell. He puts up another 2, and now Connor Platt rebounds the ball. And he's had a couple rebounds of his own.
Yeah, he has. Had a steal a couple possessions ago, playing well on the defensive side. Oh. Man. And Mike Bush robbed of another assist.
That should have been another assist for Mike, but I mean, that was an incredible
laser pass. Doesn't take away from what a great pass that was.
Oh my gosh. And just that Daniel was ready for that pass, because people like Mike, they can do their totally different passes. They may not be looking at you, but you still need to be expecting the ball, as Tyler Daniel will be fouled by number 35, Kyle Platt.
And like you mentioned, like in football, a reception needs a quarterback and a receiver. An assist needs, the guard or whoever's, dishing it, but also somebody's got to be ready to receive it, and that takes some skill too, and that's part of the stats. So
we had a couple of substitutions for the Lakers. Number 15, Sean Saint-Louis came in. Now it's blocked by Daniel Wohl, and that was a monstrous block.
Yeah, it was. He thought he had a wide open lane there, but Daniel Wohl can move pretty quickly within the paint, and that's what he did that time. Closed the gap quickly and got a swat.
And number 3, Gilbert Carter, is now in for the Lakers, so it'll be interesting to see how he moves, and he's not doing too bad, and that will be a charge. Actually, I'm moving the screen by number 15, Sean, and that'll be his 3rd foul, and that'll be the team's 4th
Yeah,
foul.
Still seeing a little limp from Gilbert Carter, so like you mentioned, we'll kind of monitor his speed and see just quite how good he is, but I think they're kind of desperate at this point, down by 28 points, and we're finally going to get a Steve Platt timeout.
And that will actually be a 30-second timeout, so we will keep it right here in Platt Arena. And
I better correct myself. That was not a Steve Platt timeout. He was up in the stands. That's a Ty Platt timeout. I don't think, Steve Platt, the arena's named after him, but I still don't think they let him call timeouts from the crowd. He's not quite there yet.
Yeah, and you know what? Just him and Ty, they've done a great job coaching here at Huntington. Been here they've been here for years, and just they have such a huge impact here at Huntington University.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm also really involved in the Huntington community as well. I remember back when I ran the phone-a-thon, I was a student manager. We had some Huntington celebrities come and do calls, and Coach Steve Platt came in and was able to do that and help raise some money for scholarships. So just good guys all around as well, in addition to great coaches.
And then they bring in their 2 sons, both from Huntington North High School, and one of them having a night of his career.
We've called his name a few times. Huh?
Yeah, and then the other one is just having a great career, all-around career here at Huntington University. And there's Tyler Aarons with an easy 2-point shot. Number 1, Jermaine Carter with the ball over to Von Zell.
A good pass.
And a good pass to Sean St. Ellis. Score is 80-52. Forsters are ahead, huge. Mike Bush with the ball, hoping to get another assist. There's Connor Platt. Back to Mike Bush. And he'll get, he's rocked up another assist.
Nice job by Wolf following his own shot, getting that rebound. He's a little upset with himself for not getting that one to roll in, but.
And there's Connor Platt.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, I mean, that is Connor Platt. I think he has probably 38 points.
I think the other team gave up on guarding him.
Well, for a little bit, they were actually face guarding Connor Platt, but it seemed like they kind of let off. So there's a rebound for Tyler Ahrens. Jermaine just swatting around a little bit as Mike Bush gets the ball. And then here's going to be another assist. Or not.
Got a rebound,
I jinx him.
Offensive rebound. We'll take it.
I jinx him. So then there's Mike Bush with the ball. Trying to find just an open Forster, and they've been all over the place as Tyler Ahrens tries a three-point shot and is rebounded by Sean.
Man, is Connor Platt pumped up or what? I'm seeing him run all around the court right now. He knows he's having a good game. He's enjoying it, playing hard, not settling down just because he had a great half. I'm really enjoying watching him play right now.
I mean, if you do that in one half of basketball, I mean, just imagine what you can do if you just keep your confidence up. And so what I really want Connor to do after this game is just keep that confidence going into just future games. And
his brother's trying to keep up.
I was
Absolutely.
Gonna say, there's another Platt trying to score. And then there's Jermaine Carter.
Some bodies contacted a little bit. There was no whistle.
And then a foul will be called. And that'll be on number 3, Gilbert Carter.
Yeah, he's going to limp toward the bench here. He's having a hard time staying on, playing through that injury. Again, tough break for the Lakers.
Blake Stevens and number 21, Kyler Johnson, will be returning for the Lakers. So for the Foresters, Mike Bush, Connor Platt, Tyler Ahrens, Daniel Wool, and Mason Coverstone out for them. Kyle Platt just came out and trying to get it down to Tyler Ahrens. The ball was stolen away by 15 Sean. And now number 1, Jermaine Carter with the ball, trying to look for, it almost looks like Kyler Johnson, but Blake gets the ball, puts up a three-point shot, unable to make that.
There you go. There's the
Platt.
shooting guard fighting for the board there. I love it.
Mike Bush with it.
What a great pass. That's why he's got so many assists today. Just really threaded that needle, found him in stride. Outstanding job.
And I mean, that's just him all season long.
Absolutely.
Number 5, West with the ball. He puts up a three-point shot, and he drills it. Score 88-57. Mike Bush just trying to get a few more assists to break that record here at Huntington University. And he goes over to Connor. Connor goes to Mason. Great ball movement inside and out. So Daniel actually got the ball knocked out from him.
Yeah, did a good job. I'm not sure which player it was. Kind of a fundamental play, you know, the ball's going out of bounds, find another player, smack it off of his shoe. That's what happened. And the Foresters will let this one go.
And it stinks for the player, like that's in Daniel Wool's possession.
Yeah.
It's like I was right there just waiting for him to just kind of give me the ball, and then there is Sean trying. He got the easy layup, but you know, it's just when the ball is knocked off of you, it's like it's so frustrating. And then there's another assist for Mike Bush and a two-point basket for Daniel Wool. And if you kind of notice the assist that Mike Bush has, he sets his teammates up for such easy shots.
He does.
Connor Platt with another defensive rebound.
Yeah, and something that you mentioned is, you know, these last few games, the Foresters have been shooting a little bit of a travel before that shot, but Foresters have been shooting really high percentage these last few games, and you know, you get a high percentage by shooting high percentage buckets, and that's exactly what they're doing. And again, that's facilitated through Mike Bush and his just outstanding court vision.
Daniel Wool will be coming out, and Austin Carazia will be taking his place. Number 20, Tyler Daniel, taking the ball up. And it's kind of odd to see him. He's 6'5", and he's a forward, and so you wouldn't really expect him to take the ball up. And number 15, Sean, ends up making a 2-point basket, and number 44, Tyler Ahrens, will pick up a foul, and Sean will be able to attempt the and one.
They gave him 3 points on the scoreboard, so they're
There we
going
go.
to change that. Hasn't earned the third one yet. There he does.
Mason Coverstone with the ball, and he'll let Connor Platt take the ball up. I think he's earned it tonight.
Absolutely. He can do whatever he wants. That's the point of this game.
Mike Bush with the ball, looking for Connor Platt, but Mike will
He's going to get a piece of the action too. Absolutely. And you know, both defenses, the way this game's going, have kind of loosened up a little bit. So teams kind of doing a little bit of shooting around on both ends of the court.
Mike Bush tipping the pass, and it will be controlled by Connor, and then giving it back to Mike. Ball will be tipped by Blake, and it will be the Foresters' ball once again. 93-62, you know, you got to think that Huntington's going to get over 100 points tonight with only 8 minutes, 13 seconds left in this ball game.
Yeah, I'd be shocked if they didn't.
Austin Carazia now puts up a three-pointer.
Couldn't quite get it to roll, and Coverstone's going to come in excitedly to get the board, but it ended up committing the foul.
And that will be Coverstone's first foul, team's fourth. In the first half, Huntington only had 4 fouls for their point.
Yeah,
so,
and the way that this game's going, you don't expect there to be a whole lot of fouls kind of down the stretch, but you know, if the kid's going after a rebound hard like that, if he gets one, you know, as a coach, you take that.
And especially with just like the differential of the score and
Absolutely.
stuff. It's like if you're being aggressive, he wasn't necessarily being too aggressive. He just kind of got unlucky.
Yep.
As Tyler Ahrens goes up for the block, and he will actually be called for a foul. I'm not entirely sure what that one was for, but
yeah. 2 quick ones on Ahrens.
The Lakers will be taking a timeout, and we will be taking that timeout along with them. Score is 93-62 here in Platt Arena. Stick with us for the remainder of this game. We will be right back after the break.
So one of the things that's kind of fun about our department is we have regular gatherings. We call them Friday at Fairchild's house, and Dr. Mark Fairchild hosts these gatherings for our majors, and we get together, I guess it's about once a month.
First I was like, that's kind of weird, like we're gonna go hang out at a professor's house, but for my Greek class he offered extra credit if we would go. So I was like, it's worth it, I'll take some friends with me and try it out. And it was a ton of fun.
I think that's one thing that's kind of unique about Huntington. We really are able to joke and get to know each other outside.
And we're back here at Platt Arena, waiting for number 20, Tyler Daniel, to take his 2 free throws.
As we mentioned, Mike Bush kind of closing in on the single player, single game assist record. I kind of wonder if the opportunity is fading. I'm sure Coach Platt will be going to the bench before too long. Pretty comfortable lead.
And then number 20, Tyler, will only make one of his. So Foresters go down the court with Mike Bush having the ball, passing it over to Mason Coverstone. Now over to Connor Platt with the hot hand, and actually he misses it short. I think his legs are just getting a little tired.
Yeah, I think his back's getting tired from carrying this team. Well, that's not entirely true.
Yeah,
I mean, doing a lot of work, obviously, but everybody else is contributing their fair share as well. Just the points are going through him.
Yeah, I mean, you kind of think of you take 30 points away from the score, and I mean, we're back at 63, 65.
Certainly.
But you know, there's the span of events and stuff.
Yeah,
but
it's hard to imagine that somebody else wouldn't have picked up that slack, or maybe the whole rest of the team amongst themselves. But yeah, I mean, it's a very good point. He's certainly a key reason why there's a pretty hefty lead right now.
Number 15, Sean, will pick up his 4th personal, and the team's 6th foul. Number 2, Vonzel Groom comes in for the Lakers. And Kyle Platt will be also returning for the Foresters, and he will be substituting in for Austin Carazia. Tyler Ahrens ready to make his second free throw, and he does. 7 minutes, 15 seconds left in this ball game. Number 2, Vonzel Groom brings the ball up, guarded by Mike Bush. Now over to Jermaine, back. Actually, he takes it himself for an easy layup. Mike Bush putting it up to Mason Coverstone. Now back to Mike, trying to get yet another assist. Over to Connor Platt, and he's just a little short yet again.
Ball's on the floor, and Platt's going to pick it up. Ooh. Put a little too much mustard on that one.
And Kellen Brown, number 34 for the Foresters, will be coming back into this game, and he will be replacing Connor Platt.
Who's going to get a pretty crazy round of applause.
And I am interested to see how many points he has had, and I don't think that he will be returning. And I say I don't think because there's still 6 minutes 35 seconds left in this ball game.
Yeah.
But who knows?
I think he's earned some good rest at this point. I kind of agree with you there, but I bet you he at least went over 40.
Oh, I would actually hope so, just because of the of how just he played tonight, and his brother Kyle Platt
picking up right where he left off.
Exactly.
Good tag team.
97-67.
Forster's really closing in on 100 here.
Vonzel gives it to Tyler, and he misses a three-point shot. And now Mike Bush taking the ball up. Looks like Coach Platt will be putting in one of his bench players. Kyle Platt. Yeah, Kyle Platt not able to make his three-point shot. Number 2, Vonzel not able to make his. Tyler with the rebound and not able to make a little gimme. And there's Kyler Johnson, and he will make his three-point basket.
Actually, a couple offensive rebounds for the Lakers at that point.
And that will be a full timeout for your Huntington University Foresters. We will be coming back to you only with 5 minutes 40 seconds left in this game. Foresters closing in on 100. We'll see if they get there here when we come back.
So one of the things that's kind of fun about our department is we have regular gatherings. We call them Friday at Fairchild's house, and Dr. Mark Fairchild hosts these gatherings for our majors. We get together, I guess it's about once a month.
First I was like, that's kind of weird. Like, we're gonna go hang out at a professor's house. But for my Greek class, he offered extra credit if we would go. So I was like, it's worth it. I'll take some friends with me and try it out. And it was a ton of fun.
I think that's one thing that's kind of unique about Huntington. We really are able to.
And we're back here at Platt Arena.
There
Mason
it is.
Coverstone hits his three, and that assist from Mike Bush gives him the new assist record here at Huntington University.
He's got plenty of time to pad that record, too.
Definitely. Mike Bush, there he goes. A little underneath the legs. Makes a silly pass, and now it'll remain the Forster ball. And just it's incredible, and that's the Forster's also 100th point, 100-70. Caleb, just an all-around great game for the Forsters in general. When you talk about Connor Platt, now you talk about Mike Bush, and really Kyle Platt's had a good game.
Absolutely.
It's an all-around great Forster team, and Ren Crump comes in for the Foresters.
Good offensive board, though.
Mike Bush.
Let him take it himself. He's earned it. There it is.
And there he is, yep.
Yeah, I mean, these last couple home games for the Foresters, they've really been on a tear. I think this is the second one in a row. They've topped 100 points and, still got some time left. And then a couple school records being broken. Daniel Wool with the triple-double last game. And then now we have the assist record of 17. So just they've been playing really well. And like I said, building some good momentum, heading into some tough conference play.
And just saying what you said, last game, a record was broken, and now this game a record has been broken. So yeah, that shows you what kind of a team that we are watching right now. It's I think one of the greatest teams that I've watched over the years that I've watched Huntington University basketball. Now you've got some more bench players coming out for the Foresters. Crump was out there, but also Luke Royce, number 24, Andrew Yoder. And I 34, Kellen Brown is out there, and still number 10, Mike Bush is out there, but I'm sure they'll give him a substitution of his own because he's definitely earned it.
Yeah. He might want to stay out there, knowing him. He doesn't get tired real easily, it seems like. So
Tyler Daniel unable to make
another great dish, just wasn't able to finish. Some good defense.
And there's Jermaine Carter.
Let him take that. Yeah, quite a few minutes here for guys who don't normally see a lot of playing time to actually spend some time on the court. Always a good opportunity to see that.
Yeah, and you kind of think about our team for next year,
There we go.
just kind of looking at these guys, and there's Run Crump.
Another assist for Bush.
Run Crump is from Kenyonville, Indiana. He graduated from East Noble High School, and he had a career there at East Noble as well, and that would be a jump ball violation. I'm sorry, that was actually a foul on Mike Bush, and he gets a standing ovation, and in for him comes Kyle Platt.
Yeah, just really some outstanding work. I mean, how much fun it was to see, especially these two players, but really the entire team just putting on a great show today. And they have to be feeling really good about where they're at right now.
Oh, most definitely. Run Crump brings the ball up for the Foresters. Kellen Brown puts his feet under him, puts a shot up. Kyle Platt unable to make his
Oh, man, he
little
wanted that one.
alley-oop.
Off the missed shot, that's really difficult to do, and he almost had it. Oh, he's so mad about it. That's funny. That would have been a great shot. I mean, it was a good look anyway.
he just said to himself, man, I thought I had that one.
Yeah.
Oh, and his dad is even giving him a little bit of crap for it, too. It's so good on a game like this just to see the coaching staff just smiling and joking around with the players. It just means that all the work that they have put into this point is paying off. And you can tell that dramatically here tonight.
Yeah, I mean, when you have a game like this, you kind of earn the right to have a little bit of fun toward the end of the game. You know, like you mentioned, a lot of work kind of went in and had kind of a rough start to conference play, but it's got to feel good to have games like this.
Ren Crump again bringing the ball up for the Foresters. Giving it over to Kellen Brown, graduated from Carroll High School in Fort Wayne, Indiana. And there's Kellen Brown, and he is a very aggressive defender.
No kidding. Well, pretty aggressive on offense, too. Couldn't get one to fall there, but wasn't for lack of effort, that's for sure.
Yeah, he's kind of shaking up just right there. Coach Platt is just a little irritated with the officiating staff that they didn't call that foul because Kellen did get bumped around a little bit as Vonzel Groom is able to hit that three-point shot.
The officials are letting stuff go just so they can go home early.
Yeah. There's Kyle Platt passing out to Kellen Brown, over to Andrew Yoder. Back to Kyle, and he puts up a three. Missed it, and there's Kellen Brown.
Man, he did a great job positioning himself in between the ball and the defender, and was able to pick up that offensive board and lay it right in. Nice play. Nice to see some effort pay off.
Yeah, number 2, Vonzel Groom, unable to handle the ball very well right there, and he turns it over for the Lakers.
While I'm thinking about it, I want to give a shout out to my former partner and good buddy Eric Banton, who's listening right now, sending me a few stats during the game, helping me out. Hope you're doing well, buddy.
Luke Royce will be fouled on the play, and that foul will be going on number 5, Wes Villagarde. That is his first team 7th, so Luke Royce will be able to put a couple points up there on the board. And, you know, Caleb, as you were saying, your shout out, you know, I'm going to give my shout out to our entire team that's here today. You, just for being here, and then also Logan Hunt. He is up there on camera right now, but he did call the girls' game, just the game before this one, and then also Justin, our director. Everybody just doing a great job of just being here today and putting all of their effort into these couple of games here today. It's been a long day for all of us, but we appreciate everybody being here. Oh, and also Alan, he was also doing a great job of filming us for our interviews here at the table. And you know what, he didn't actually have to be here, but Logan kind of roped him into doing this. So Sorry, Alan.
Well, hey, we got him. We got him now, so.
Check.
Here we go. But yeah, I definitely want to echo some thanks. I just kind of came up to the table and asked if I could do this game and help you guys out a little bit. And I really appreciate the opportunity. So thanks, Justin, Noah, especially, for allowing me to come out here and say hi and call this game. It was a fun one to call.
Yeah, we're just a little bit short-staffed because of Christmas break and also because of the awful weather that we've been having. Luke Royce not able to be put that in. Oh, he's been blocked by behind.
You're not going to call that.
My goodness.
Hammered on him.
Poor guy.
Can't get the roll.
Number 2, Von Zell Groom has the ball, trying to drive it into the paint, puts it out. So number 12, Seamus, and he makes the three-point shot. And we really haven't seen a lot of Seamus here in this second half.
Absolutely. Had a good first half. Kind of faded back.
I think he was maybe in a little bit of foul trouble, but not that bad as what I saw.
No.
So now Ren Crump will be fouled. Number 5, Wes Bellegarde, picks up his second personal foul, team's 8th. So Ren Crump will get the free throw line to put a couple more points up there on the board because he made that 3 just a little bit earlier when he first came in. And then there's another shot.
Yeah, like I said, always fun for these guys to come in and kind of show what they can do.
Huntington now at that 110 mark. And now 1-1-1. Pretty crazy game that we've seen tonight, Caleb. Number 2, Von Zell has the ball. Again, looking inside, going against Ren Crump.
Yeah, good defense by Crump. Kept his body in front of him, kept his hands straight up. That's what you want to see.
And now the shot clock will be turned off. 20 seconds left in this ball game. Forsters will take the final score, 111-81.
Yeah, and the crowd showing their appreciation for getting to see a good show today.
Yeah, and that's exactly what they have seen here tonight. 3 seconds left on the game clock, and folks, thank you so much for watching our broadcast tonight. We will be coming back to you with some statistics and also an interview from head coach Ty Platt himself. Thank you again, and we will be right back after this break.
At Lakeview Middle School, I'm a 7th grade language arts teacher. I primarily teach 12, 13, and sometimes 14-year-olds reading and writing.
One of the unique things about the teacher education program at Huntington University is the relationships that are developed between the faculty and students.
They are super thoughtful people. They want to be a part of your life. They want to, be your mentor and help you through this process of becoming the best teacher that you could possibly be.
I have a very good relationship with a lot of my professors from Huntington, and I think that's because they asked me questions that were even outside of the classroom. And then after class, I wanted to tell them about things that were going on in my life and the exciting things with teaching.
Because our class sizes are small, we get to know them as people, get to know their strengths, weaknesses, because then we know how best to help them. And it also simply makes the whole experience a lot more enjoyable.
I still use a lot of the activities I learned with them with my students today. And so it was really helpful to have that time with them and especially those conversations with them. I think that Huntington prepared me incredibly well for the teaching position I have now. From the beginning of when I started at Huntington, I felt like it was a place where I was able to grow as an individual as well as in the intended profession that I wanted to be in now.
We actually have a number of elementary and middle school and secondary programs. Each person that comes through the elementary program gets at least a couple of different certifications. And then we have secondary or high school programs in the typical content areas like history education, English education, biology education, chemistry education.
Yes, you're going to be exhausted, and yes, you're going to stay up crazy late writing lesson plans and making bulletin boards and curriculum and activities, but get excited that this is going to prepare you very well for your future.
I was able to figure out, even if I'm in a public school setting, how I can demonstrate my faith and show that I am a Christian without explicitly saying it. And I think that Huntington really allowed me to develop a deeper understanding of what my faith was, and so that way I'm able to express my faith to the students in a public school setting. And I do not think that I would be able to take on this role of a teacher if I had not had the structure and the support and the love from the departments and the professors at Huntington.
And I'm happy to say we have a very good success rate. Over the past 5 or 6 years, we've had within 6 months of graduation, we tend to average about a 90% employment rate.
I have been completely blessed by it, by the professors, by all the hands-on experience they've given us, and I feel pretty prepared now, which is a great feeling.
What makes the HU music department special, I think, is basically the people that make up the department.
It's like we're one big family. Instead of just friends coming together to sing and do music work, it's more like we're a family, like just brothers and sisters.
Students have an opportunity to bond with one another, being a smaller group. It gives us a chance to interact more closely with the students, to answer all their kinds of questions that might arise.
The professors are really knowledgeable, very talented, and you can tell that they really care about individual students.
We incorporate the community sometimes, so it's really good to get to meet new people from Huntington and throughout the community and just to work with everyone.
The choir performs lots of times out in area churches. The function of what we do here at Huntington is to try to make musicians and also God-honoring musicians.
It's very much a supportive community in the HU music department. So not only are you getting an excellent music education, but you are developing as a person just because you're getting to know all these great people.
Dr. Tanner Babb. I'm an assistant professor of psychology and also the head of the psychology department. Psychology is really a study of the self. It's a study of how our mind works, how we relate to people, friendship, dating, intimacy, conflict, and it's a class that meets college students right where they are. We have a very unique approach to teaching psychology, and I think it's also a very tight-knit program. It's a very close community, and I think a lot of students come to Huntington because they want a lot of individual attention. They want the opportunity to be able to talk with a professor, to build a relationship, and to be able to talk more about their education than just what occurs in class. And because of a lot of our students' specific interests, I mean, with a smaller program, we really do try to tool what students are learning to what they plan to do after they graduate. It's just a blast to teach because I'm able to have conversations with students as they go through relationships, as they struggle with friendships, as they try to figure out family relationships, and it really just hits at the heart of current struggles that they have. And students always leave that class feeling a lot more prepared just to be college students and prepared for the vocations they're going into. I'm very happy if my students leave Huntington knowing how to integrate their faith with psych, but also feeling very well prepared for fields where they get to work with people.
My name is Anita Gray, and I'm the director. My absolute passion is...
Good evening, folks, and thank you again for joining us tonight for this great game. Forsters win 111-81, and I am here with Coach Ty Platt. And Coach, I mean, that was a very impressive game. Once again, you guys have had 3 great games in a row. Tonight, Mike Bush breaks the assist record with 18 assists, and then your son, Connor, having an outstanding game with 38 points.
Yep. You know, I'm proud of those 2 guys and the performance they had. Obviously, Mike is a guy that ever since he got here, we knew that there'd probably be a time or a game where we felt like he would get the assist record. You know, he's a very unselfish guy, sees the floor so well, and then he can score too, so it makes him really, really hard to guard. So I'm really happy he got that. And, you know, Connor was really playing well in the first half. He's a really good shooter, and and he gets on a roll, that's when you just got to keep finding him. And he only had 8 in the second half. He could have had more, but I think he started thinking about it a little bit. But good performances there. But it's just we also know that the opponent wasn't like a Crossroads League team, and let's just call it what it is. I mean, we can't get too excited about necessarily beating Wright State Lake. I mean, I do think that they played hard and they have some athletes and all that, but we want to see those kinds of things happen against CL teams. At no time do we ever really need a kid to get 38. I mean, that kind of stuff just happens, but it's more about team play, and it's a really good group of guys, and they really root hard for each other. They wanted Mike to get that just as bad as he wanted it.
Definitely, and just when you're playing a team like that, most people that I've talked to is just like, you try as a coach to practice different things that you really aren't able to practice during practice or during regular games. So when you played this game today, was there something that you were really wanting the guys to be more focused on, or just something to, I guess, emphasize?
Well, a couple things. One, we want to continue to move the basketball really well, which I think we really did today. But the other thing is we shouldn't be giving them 81 points. So the downside of it is defensively we had some breakdowns and maybe just didn't have quite the attention to detail that we needed. So there's an area that we need to come back and say, look, guys, if we can give Wright State Lake 81, we're going to end up giving Taylor 121, because you got to lock down better than that. So there's still obviously things we can improve on. But, hey, it is what it is. We all play teams like this. And like I said, they had won 4 or 5 ball games. So, I mean, there are guys that have played ball, and number 3 got hurt, but he's been scoring 29 a game for them. So, I mean, it's one of these things. We'll take it and move on. Lawrence Tech is a WAC team, which means the Michigan Conference. So they're just like us, and so we got to go up there Tuesday night and go to war with them. And so, we'll put this behind us and move ahead.
And that's really all you can do with teams like this. But Coach, thank you so much again, just for coming out here and talking to us, and just a great all-around game that your boys played today.
Thank you. I got 2 quick things if I can. I don't want to take up a lot of time. But number 1, Merry Christmas to all of our fans and all of those HU people out there that came and supported the women today and the men and all those things. HU is a great place to be right now, and it's just a lot of great things happening, and our fan support is second to none. Secondly, I have a 91-year-old grandmother over at the Heritage that listens, and she's a big fan of her grandson and her great-grandsons, and so hello to her. And then finally, Paige Eckwright, a student here, a freshman here, has been going through some cancer treatments, and I've gotten to know her really well. She's become really good friends with my daughter in particular, and we're talking about a person who has just got a positive approach and spirit about her. So on just behalf of Huntington University and HU basketball in particular, because she's probably our number 1 student fan for sure, send a lot of love out to her and put our arms around her and tell her she's doing great, and we're right there with her, and I know all of HU Nation is. So anyway, have a great holiday.
Thank you. And yes, a huge shout out to Paige Eckwright. She has definitely followed the Foresters basketball, girls and men's a lot. And so now we will be turning it over to Caleb for some final statistics.
All right, and so obviously Connor Platt led all scores with 38. Daniel Wool had a silent 17, did a great job as well. And then let's see, Tyler Arns was able to have another silent 15 as well. So it's easy to be overshadowed when you have a player who scores 38. Did a great job. Mike Bush obviously breaking the school record. He ended up having 18, so beat it by 2. Outstanding job. Forster shot 46 from the field. Vonzel Grooms had 16 points and 4 assists, and then Blake Stevens had 9 points and 3 rebounds. Those guys stepped it up a little bit when their top scorer was able to get hurt, and they actually shot 45%. So big stat that I see is total rebounds 31 for Wright State Lake, and a booming 58 for Huntington. So did a great job giving themselves the opportunities to shoot the basketball, and were able to capitalize pretty well on that as well. So amazing to me that 2 home games, 2 broken school records. So nice job to these players, and they're looking forward, like Coach Platt said. So your final score tonight, 111 from the Foresters and Wright State Lake 81. Just want to say thank you again to the broadcasting team for letting me hop on for a day. Thank you to Noah. It was great to call a game with you, and we hope you have a great holiday season. Good night.